Welcome to We Are One. I'm here with Adele Leas today. We're so excited to have you here with
Thank you.
your cat and your dogs. How wonderful. Welcome, everybody at home.
I'm so happy to be here. Thank you. You know, to see LA is already like a little party in the week. And then to know that folks around the world are sharing this beautiful art and maybe sharing with their animals, boy, it makes me happy and I'm honored. So I had planned what I was going to talk about today. And that may all change. Yesterday morning, I said to my kitty cat, Giannina Mia, who used to be a feral, I said, you know, we're going to do this. We are one tomorrow. It would sure be nice for them to see a cat for once. And she turned and walked away, you know. So I'm getting the dogs ready. We're getting ready. And I go to sit down in my desk chair. Here she is. So I may throw everything out the window and we'll work on the cats today. Time will tell. Uh, anyway, let's start with us because certainly nobody wants our hands on them if we are not that centered, best being we can be in this breath, in the now. I'm just going to share one of the quickies I do all the time before I work on animals. Right hand is at the base of your left 14, base of the rib. Left hand cross over above the right 13. Oh, yeah. Doesn't that make you feel happy? So let's, oh, hi, girl. You could stay. Before we even think about what we're holding or why, just bring yourself to this breath. And maybe a little prayer of gratitude for the ability to have this breath. And then this one. The breath travels down the front of the body, out the feet. There's a little space of being. And when you're ready, inhale up the back, receiving from the abundance. A never-ending cycle. One of the primary things I like to think about when I share with the animals is that there's compassion streaming out my fingertips. And Mary tells us when your exhale is a little bit longer than your inhale. In other words, when you let go of more than you take, you become a more compassionate person. Mary also tells us that any single step in a flow can become your personal quickie. And any of you who have taken class with me know that the spleen flow is my go-to, that daily regenerating flow. And this is a step right out of the middle of the right spleen flow. So let's take a look at what we're doing. Left 14. Digestion of food and ideas. The left side talks about the past and our masculine energy. The 14 balance the mind level, the waistline. And when our hands are on both sides of the body, it helps the mediator flow, that which allows us to let go of attitudes and move forward in life, make everything hum with everything else. And then, of course, the spleen itself, energizing the manifested body, taking the light of the sun and bringing it in right here to our solar plexus, turning us into a solar energy vibrating being. We let go of worry, anxiety, skittishness. We strengthen our skin, our immune, our digestive function. I like it too because it's what I call socially acceptable Jin Shin Jyutsu. So you can kind of do this in public and it doesn't look as weird as this, you know. We can just be right here. It's a variation of giving yourself a big hug. So I was thinking all about our time together today. And, you know, I love to watch the We Are One. I'm like a groupie. I watch everybody's. And I noticed that most of what people concentrate on are holding the fingers or safety energy locks down the front of the body. Well, even though we are all one, that's not a great way to work with the animal kingdom. So I'm in the process right now of planning a new class, an in-depth class that will be on the Teachable platform, which means you watch things at your own time, and then we'll still meet for Zoom classes. And it is about sharing Jin Shin Jyutsu with rescue animals, which is my passion. And what the rescues can teach us about Jin Shin Jyutsu. So, and that includes not animals who are just in rescues now, but many of you have made them family members, but maybe they come from a little bit of jaded past. All my guys do, for sure. So I was looking at what do the animals who are completely new to Jin Shin Jyutsu, perhaps new even to human touch, what do they allow? And that's what I wanted to play with today. Little Miss Thing here, Giannina Mia, she loves Jin Shin Jyutsu, but she mostly likes it about 4 a.m. in the morning when she's lying on top of my head. So we'll just offer. We'll do somewhere between 10 seconds and the rest of the program and see what she thinks. All right, my precious. I know Carmen's looking like she's getting her nose out of joint. She thought she was going to be. So, most important thing you can know with the animals, you're not going to have needy hands. You are not going in to heal them, to fix them. You have no pressure in your hands. You're going to think about being with this being in this gentle and loving art. Allie, I might need a little. She turned around to make it even tougher. Does she show all enough?
Yes, yes,
Okay,
yes.
okay. That part's the tail. All right. So, unneedy hands from a centered place. Often, hi, baby. I start with petting. I start with letting them know I'm there. And then I watch. What are they open to? Hi. Yeah. Oh, we may go to Carmen. She's been with me for years. She's never bitten, but she tells us who's in charge. Let's see. Okay. Yeah. Do you see why Giannina hasn't been the star of too many of these yet? Okay. We can change up the order. All right. So, the two places I usually think about are safety energy lock 25 at the base of the tail, which was going to get me a little bit nipped at, or safety energy lock 4 here at the base of the skull, the occipital point. Nod your head forward and back, and where you feel movement, that is safety energy lock 4. So if you're working on your animal, that's great. If you're not, feel free to hold the 4, or you can hold the ring finger. So, safety energy lock 4. The top of the inhale. And by the way, as you can see, I'm only working with one hand right now. That's sometimes what we can do with the animals. Safety energy lock 4. Top of the inhale, where the breath comes over and becomes the exhale. It's interesting that we're starting here. 4 is the number of nature. We say when I'm working on the animals, we need to assume the pace of nature. If you think they're going to do it when you want, the way you want, that's why I think they're such good teachers. They teach us to be in this moment. The window allowing in light and air, representing knowledge and consciousness. Safety energy lock 4, Mary tells us it's one of the only ones we have the ancient name for. It used to be known as the Weaving Princess. And the Weaving Princess is literally at the center for. I usually hold right, left, and center. Not that way. You're teaching them everything, aren't you? Yeah. You can see why she doesn't have her own TV show, huh? Okay, now she's gotten herself out of view. All right, I love you. We're going to switch over to Carmen. Yeah, you're the best. Here we have someone who'll be a little more agreeable.
My goodness. How cute.
So, all righty, here we go. Oh, you should see the stink eye I'm getting from the kitty now. So, 4. If you can see, I'll turn it this way for a moment. So, I'm right behind the ears, tucked in. Then sometimes I let my fingers come over. So I'm halfway between a 4 and a 20. Now, my little boy Shirako is back here. He's feeling a little left out. You might get into. So, that 4. The reason I wanted to study this today is that lots of animals who've never had human touch, animals who don't know Jin Shin Jyutsu, don't know being petted. Almost everybody likes to get their ears scratched. So you start out with a little scratch and you let your hand calm down until you're there. Just being with this being in this gentle and loving art. Now, part of the miracle of the 4, yes, it's on the back of the body. It's all about the inhale. But immediately after the breath goes through the 4, it spills over and becomes that exhale. So if you are working with these animals who haven't been touched a lot, holding something that allows them to move into letting go, boy, that's about the greatest gift you could give. I like to think about it too as the 4s are sort of like airing something out. And that way you can remember if you're using the ring finger, holding on yourself, like right now, since I can only reach with one, I'm going ring finger and this. Ring finger has to do with respiration. So you see the connection there. We're airing out the body. 4 is one that helps them because it begins that exhale. It helps with calming. It helps with centering. And sometimes if there's storms, barometric pressure, I cover the ears and hold both 4s for my thunderstorm dogs. Another aspect of 4, not as joyful as some other ones, but because it is that window. It's where the unmanifested becomes the manifested. Yeah, the inhale, it's a bridge to exhale, building that manifested body. But windows let things go both ways. So the 4s are the safety energy lock we hold when an animal is going to leave their body, when we have to say goodbye to our darlings. It's never going to be easy. It's never going to be fun. But I will tell you this, it will bring peace to them. And amazing as it sounds, it will bring peace to you. Because you're feeling the pulse. You're feeling that natural rhythm of the body, and you feel the departure. Yeah. Meanwhile, on a happier note, another safety energy locks that lots of rescues or untouchables really love, safety energy lock 25, literally down on the sits bones. It's the same kind of thing. Not with the kitty today, but with lots of animals. You can scratch, scratch, scratch. Right, yeah, just at the top of the tail. gently and calmly regenerate and rejuvenate. So you scratch away until your hands can slow down. It's possible you can hold that 4 and 25 together. Oh, thank you. Let's demonstrate. Did you hear that big exhale? So, 25. We get a lot of animals that come from, I work at a rescue, and we get a lot of animals from puppy mills or from hoarding situations. And while I was studying for this today, I found Mary's quote that can substitute for walking when necessary. Well, a lot of dogs that come in, cats, chickens, have been kept in coops so small they couldn't walk. Carmen was one of those girls when she first came. She lived in a place too small for her to stand up or turn around. And she loved the 25. It was the first thing that she allowed, and she wanted it and wanted it until she learned about the 13s. And then this was the A number one unconditional love girl. So 25, helping them to learn to receive. It lives in the 5th depth. So there's an aspect of helping us to arise into our spiritual inheritance. And a lot of the animals who come to a refuge, I think this is the first time they're not fighting for their lives. They're going to be able to see why they incarnated and let us see who they really are. 2 and 5 equals 7. Perfect life power. Lots of times with the human sessions, you might cross your hands and hold the big toe to end a session. Well, with an animal session, lots of times I cradle those 25s. And when you have this combination, it seems really important. Again, this idea of letting these animals realize they're safe now and that they can receive, that they're worthy of receiving. And the breath, feeling that, connecting to the inhale, that talks all about that. Another thing I love about the 25, it's so efficient. 25 takes the pressure off the 23s. These animals mostly come in really scared. 23, controller of my destiny. So as I hold the 25, I'm a scared animal. And as they begin to gently and calmly regenerate and rejuvenate, well, guess what? They become the controller of their destiny. They can let go of the fear. We can see who they are. It gives them the ability to come towards the front of the crate and wag when people come to meet them instead of cowering or barking. And once they show who they are, they control their destiny, and they're going to get to go home. They're going to have a family of their own. One thing I love about the animals is that you don't need to be exotic. You don't need to do 6 flows. What do they allow? What does it mean? That's how they become your teachers. You know, you get every once in a while, the pit bulls, they take that hind leg and they open it right up in here. I call it the pity 15s. And I think that wash your heart with joy and laughter, you know.
Now you're back.
Yes, thank you. You know, I think that's them saying, don't be tricked by how I look. If I look tough, look at me. I just want to wash your heart with joy and laughter. So I want you have this nifty little chart. It'll tell you who everybody is. It's laminated. So even if they chew on it, it won't get ruined. And then here you have the placements. You look at where your hands are, and then you can find, aha, this is what they want. Then over here, you're going to see, well, that's the ancient meaning. This is the practical use. You're going to see these little arrows. Is it exhaling or inhaling? These little spots down here. What depth am I helping? So let the animals be your teachers. Not your only teachers. Go to class. Keep watching these. But when you have a chance, share this with a new animal, and you'll be amazed how much you learn.
Yes, and how they transform us.
Really, how they transform us. It's always that. There's a bumper sticker that says, who saved who?
Yes.
So anyway, I think that was most of what you know me, I can keep talking forever.
And we could be here watching forever, feeling just enchanted. It's a blessing being with you, and the loving way that you present and inspire all of us into compassion, into this active compassion. Thank you so much.
Well, it's what Mary gave us. We're so blessed.
Yes, we are. So for all of you that you were watching, for more information about Adele's classes and materials, you have your book, right? Which is a wonderful experience to read and to practice. It's available both on the Jin Shin Jyutsu online store, and more information also on Adele's website that you can visit and get to know more about her work.
And in Portuguese and in Spanish.
Oh, trilingual already. Yeah. Isn't that precious?
And if anyone is interested in that upcoming class, that will begin April 10th. And you can just email me, and we'll tell you all the details.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, and thank you for watching at your home. We are so glad to have you part of our Jin Shin Jyutsu community. Take good care of yourself, and we'll be live again next week. Oh.
And bye-bye from little Miss Grouchy.
Bye. The queen.
The queen. The queen.
Thank you.
Love you.